We have finally gotten our first look at the Weasley family. We've seen Ronald Weasley, played by Alistair Stout, and we've also seen Molly Weasley's casting, which means we have the entire Weasley family finally casted for the first season. So let's quit beating around the bush and take a look at the new Weasley family. So we have Tristan and Gabriel Harland playing Fred and George Weasley respectively, and of course they're twins. Of course James and Oliver Phelps were also twins who joked in interviews that they weren't related and they met on the set of Harry Potter, but we do have the Patil twins who were totally unrelated girls, so they could have gone that way, but because I think the Weasley twins are so identical, they needed identical twins to play the role, and they look fantastic. I think they have more of the stout build of a beater, like they're described as in the books, where James and Oliver, were a little bit tall and scrawny, more like Ron was supposed to be, as well as Percy. If you had told me that all four of the male Weasleys that had been cast were brothers, I would have probably believed you, because Percy looks so much like the Weasley twins. You would think, oh, he's the older brother and just has a little bit of a darker hair. So Percy's being played by Rory Spooner. It is pronounced Rory. I looked it up. Fun fact though, Rory means red-haired king. So literally Weasley is our king. And the main event of probably this casting, because they become such a big part of the Golden Trio, I mean, they have their own trio name as the Silver Trio, is Ginevra Weasley, who is being played by Gracie Cochran. And I think she's going to do good. Shy little redheaded girl who is going to hide behind her mother for the two scenes that we will see her in this season. I think, unlike Bonnie Wright, they're casting Gracie for the whole series, because at the time of casting Bonnie Wright, they did not realize how much she was going to become a major role in the series after the fourth book, because when they made this, only the fourth book was out. The fourth book had just came out when they were doing casting for Sorcerer's Stone. So at this point, they know what they need for the entire series, because Bonnie Wright was probably cast as a background character. We don't need her to be the love interest to Harry, so we don't need to make sure she fits the personality and the exact casting of that character, but now they do. And I think they made a good choice. I think her next to Dominic McLaughlin will look like a cute little couple. Dominic looks like a little boy that the girl of the older brother who's friends with him would probably have a crush on. So I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be cute. Hopefully they have really good chemistry. Hopefully that was screen tested. But we got our first look at the Weasley family and they look good. I'm excited. Every casting decision that they have made has been almost like they had taken these characters directly out of the books. There have been a couple that have been kind of, I'm not sure, like Nick Frost. Like when they first cast him, I was just like, I'm not really sure. I got a little bit less worried about Nick Frost when I saw him as Gobber. I was like, yeah, I think he'll do good. And now seeing him in costume, it's like, all right, I can breathe a little bit more. And I'm sure people are going to say, but what about Snape? If the fact that every other character besides Snape is almost entirely book accurate based on their description and their personality, I think Papa Asidu, when he auditioned, must have blown them out of the water to be like, hey, I know we're doing this book accurate thing, but this man is perfect for this role. There's nothing that a little makeup can't fix. So that's it. Stay marvelous and Knox.